You were on the Garmin development team for a few years, and then finally made the jump up to the World Tour team this year. What's the transition been like? You raced Colorado and Utah as a stagiaire, but this is your first year on the full circuit.
Yeah, I mean, for me so far, it's been just a rough year with injury and whatnot. So I really haven't had a proper taste of racing in Europe yet. I did Tour of Romandy before I came here, but yeah, I mean, it's been tough for me as a transition just purely because of injury. But I think, I mean, the biggest difference is how well we're looked after. So it makes it easy to perform when you have amazing staff and you just, yeah, so well looked after.
You have an interesting story in that you're Australian, but you have grown up at least partly in the United States. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, my dad sort of has worked on and off in the States since I was about 12 years old. So since I was 12, I sort of spent every US summer in Colorado and did a lot of racing there and sort of, I don't know, I really loved racing in the States. So when I was 18, I came over and joined the development team and spent nearly 2 full years here then. And yeah, I guess it's basically a second home now. And my parents live in Boulder, and yeah, I've sort of almost a split between here and Australia.
At the same time, because you raced some here, it seems like you maybe escaped a little bit of the notice of the Australian development cycle. You came kind of more into the American cycle. Cameo by Jonathan Botters.
All right. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I didn't have. It didn't have much to do with the Australian system. It's a bit more track based, which I sort of lost interest in when I was younger. So yeah, I did it my own way, I guess. But there's more than one way to do it. I mean, I think you can see. Rowan, he came through the Australian system, and then I sort of did my own thing, and now we're in the same place. So yeah, there's more than one way to do it, you know.
Your strengths are obviously climbing. How do you look to develop yourself over the next 5 or 10 years of career? What races are you looking at for your own purposes?
At the moment, really, I think it's just about getting experience is the one thing I need. I know when everything's right and I'm not crashing and you know I'm okay, then yeah, I can ride uphill pretty well. But it's more about, especially once you get to Europe, it's about being at the front when you hit the climb and when you're in the crosswinds and all that sort of thing. That becomes even more so important about than how good you are. So yeah, I guess at least the next 2 years I've just got to get the experience, and just the race days is probably the number one thing, and then yeah, eventually I hope to ride the Grand Tours, and that's when my focus will be. But yeah, until then I'll race everything I can and hopefully improve that way.
Okay, great. Thank you.